Hey guys, okay, somebody snapped over a photo from my YouTube, a video I did a while back. It was top 2 trips to drop body fat fast or something to that effect over my YouTube, Ranking Fitness. So he basically asked, he goes, how can I drop a load of body fat in 10 days? He's got an event or something to go for. So I'm going to give you a tip on not so much on how to drop a load of body fat in 10 days, because if you drop a load of weight in 10 days, you're going to rebound it back up. So it's not going to be sustainable in the long term anyways. But I'm going to give you tips on what you can do and what I would do. Like, there's been days when I've been called for a photo shoot or something like that, like 7 days out. And there's a couple of things that I do in order to make sure that I look okay first. So I'm going to share those tips with you. There's other things you can do, like you could do those shit juice diets. Now, I'm not anti-juice diet. I think once a year they're brilliant. I'm anti-fucking Herbalife and all of these other things, because these ruin your metabolism because of the terrible structures that they put in place in your nutritional plan and their effects on leptin, ghrelin hormones, all the negative stuff that comes with it. Probably a separate video completely. But okay, so if you've got 10 days and you want to look absolutely amazing, there's a couple of things you can do that's going to speed up your progress. One is I would start doubling up your training sessions first and foremost, because it's going to put you into a massive calorie deficit. So get up in the morning. He asked, can he train fasted? And then again in the PM. That's exactly what I would do. I would go train first thing in the morning. I wouldn't train completely fasted. Make sure you have a branched chain amino acid while you're training. Some MCT oil or coconut oil beforehand, so that you're using ketones in your workout, so that you're not completely deficient of energy. MCT oil and coconut oil are the same thing. They're medium chain triglycerides. They'll give your body a feeling of, it'll give your brain a feeling that you've had something like glucose. You'll feel like you've had something sugary, but no insulin spike. So that's what MCT oil and coconut oil does. So have that before you train. Go train fasted, and then have your branched chain amino acid drink during. Do your AM session. Get all of your meals in through the day, and then do another session again in the PM. I would generally double up your weights and cardio. So I would do weights for 30-40 minutes and then do cardio for 15-20 minutes in both workouts. That's what I've done in the past, and it's worked really, really well. If you've 10 days, I would just train for the 10 days. I would literally do this for 10 days. You're going to be in absolute bits by the end of the 10 days. But if you have to look good for an event or a wedding or a photo shoot or whatever it is, he hasn't specified what it's for, it's worth the trade-off on feeling, a little bit shit for 2-3 days, because, you just repair yourself out the other side and make sure you reverse out the other side. So the number one thing is double up your training sessions. The number two is make sure that you're taking a good fat burner that doesn't fuck up I hate fat burners. I hate all the over-the-counter fat burners, with the exception of things like green tea extract and carnitine tartrate, because they don't mess up your central nervous system. So supplement with those twice a day as well, for 10 days, because you don't need to do them twice a day unless you're literally peaking for something. So double up your training sessions, add in your fat burning supplements, and then your diet. I would drop out your carbohydrates, regardless of your genotype and whether you function well off carbs. I would probably drop off your carbohydrates because of the water that they'll pull in underneath the muscle. So even if your carbs are low and you need to lose 10 pounds or whatever it is, you'll look like you've lost less because you've pulled the water out from the cells, because there's no carbohydrates in your system. So reduce your carbohydrates for the 10 days, double up your training sessions, add in your supplements, and then 2-3 days before the event, start doubling up your water, and then cut it 16 hours before whatever you have to look good for your, peak on the beach or your photo shoot or your wedding or whatever it is. 16 hours before, just drop your water back and start sipping on it. What you're going to do there is you're going to pull all the subcutaneous water out from underneath the muscle. Your carbs are going to be low because there's nothing to pull it in. And your water, having water loaded. I've done a video on how to peak for a week or how to look amazing for a holiday. Check out that video where you're water loading and you're actually, your body thinks it's going to keep getting, 7 liters of water or whatever it is. And then you drop it back to its normal or drop it back to sips. You keep getting all that subcutaneous water out from underneath the muscles. So even though you've only lost, say, 8 pounds or 9 pounds, it'll look like you've lost 12 or 13 because of the water underneath the muscle. So they're my tips. Again, no long-term sustainability for that. This is purely if you need to be ready for a certain date. It's what I've done in the past when I've had to be ready for photo shoots that I've got called for last minute. I don't recommend it. It's not long-term, it's not sustainable. Do not do this more than 10 days. But if you have something that you need to be ready for in 10 days, try those tips and keep me posted with how you go. So hope this video helps. Please like and share the page. If you've got any comments, I'll be replying for the next 24 hours.